Hi everyone. I'm filming this in May of 2026 as an overview for a number of friends and family members who have asked me to kind of talk about points and miles. So whether you're hoping to dive in and learn tons about it and accumulate lots of points, or you just think you could benefit from some general overview of knowledge and get some benefit from it, that's what this is for. So I'm going to start by turning off my video because that'll distract me. But I'm still here. Hello. So, starting with points and miles, the benefits. Number one for me is flexibility. The ability to cancel almost always without penalty flights and hotels is extremely helpful in just how life can happen. Also, getting into points and miles can help you have fancy travel, more travel than you otherwise would, and it's genuinely just a fun hobby or game. And hobby or game is what people in the points and miles space call it, but it can be quite serious in a business too. The first rule of Points and Miles Club, really the only rule, is you must pay off your credit cards in full and on time every month. If this isn't you, then this approach or kind of dabbling in points and miles is not for you right now. It's worth getting out of credit card debt, getting into that, a routine of doing this because the interest and fees from carrying credit card debt completely outweigh any value you're going to get from having points and miles, either from opening cards or spending on cards. However, if you are somebody who does easily pay off their credit cards in full and on time every month, then you're an excellent candidate for getting some value that's out there with credit cards and taking advantage of that. All right, some other rules. Consider using referral links so that you and someone else benefits when you sign up for a card or a service. That could be a friend or a family member or me. What I do when I don't have a referral from from a member of my family or a friend is I go to a website that I trust, like Frequent Miler, and I use their links so that they get benefits from me signing up for that. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. They just make good stories. Practicing does make you better, just like if you were for knitting or sports, and then also play your own travel game because there can be a lot of FOMO. All right, my story, I'm going to just jump ahead to keep this short. Really by about 2024, 2025 is when I say that I achieved PhD level. Now, for anyone here who has an advanced degree or a PhD or a doctorate, you know more in your area than a lot of people, most people perhaps, but you can always learn more. And that's how I feel about points and miles. Let me also just say mistakes were made, and those are, again, fun stories, but you can always get more points. All right, are points and miles free? No. Not only because there's the annual fee on credit cards or the taxes and fees of award flights that only cost points, but more importantly, it does take time and effort, and that's not free. There is a learning curve. However, if you enjoy it, it's a really well-paying hobby, either a small amount or a large amount. And even if you don't want to go all in points and miles, there is outsized value. And that would be in things like hotel credit cards offering free night certificates, airline cards giving you free checked bags or flight credits. And then some of the premium cards can give you lounge access, say pre-check global entry, and other things. I'm not going to go through all of that. Let's start though with some action items you can consider as you're learning about this or getting started. First is to do a credit card audit, figuring out which credit cards you have when you opened them, what kind of benefits those have. Second is to get organized with loyalty programs and airlines. You don't have to sign up for everything all at once, but you can see what you have on hand and then fill in the blanks. And then also probably sign up for some shopping portals and points programs just because they can offer a way to quickly accumulate a lot of points and or cash for travel. Okay, so first, a credit card audit. I'm going to recommend an app called Travel Freely. It's free, but I'm going to tell you how they make money because if something's free, someone's a customer. And basically, it's through card recommendations. So if you use their app, we're going to say, oh, you would be interested in this card. And then if you sign up for it with their link, then they get a benefit. They don't sell your information and you don't have to put in any personal information, which I really appreciate. And it really does help keep you organized and knowing things. So I took a couple screenshots of the app here so you can see it. You can just put in the beginning of a card like American Express and it'll bring up a lot of different cards and you select the one you have. And then you can say the date you opened it, if there was a sign up bonus, what you got, and then when you get more advanced, it does give you a lot of other stats that are important as you go through time. All right, and then getting started with loyalty programs. I say here at the end, extra credit is considered a dedicated travel email account, but honestly, I feel like this is very, very helpful, especially if you have more than one person traveling in your family. for everyone to have their own email account that's some, like Explorer, first name, last name, at Gmail. Those are free. It takes 5 minutes to set up, and it's really worthwhile having. And then, of course, downloading to your phone. And then also, I keep a password protected spreadsheet for all the different programs we have, kind of miscellaneous information, airlines, hotels, tools, portals. And I have a sample spreadsheet I did on Google Sheets that I will share in the notes to this, but I don't recommend you keep it on Google Spreadsheets because that can't be password protected. So you can find a way to use a program that does allow that. All right, and then also some shopping portals I'll talk about another time. The easiest way to earn a lot of points and miles is by signing up for a new card with a welcome bonus. So example, if you open the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is a good starter card for people, you might spend $4,000 in 3 months, and then you'll earn a $75,000 welcome offer bonus. You can repeat that with other cards. There's also points earning categories. And then one of the most interesting ones in recent years is the built credit cards that offer the ability to earn points on paying your rent and mortgage. And I consider them extremely valuable. There are transferable points programs. Those tend to be the most valuable. However, getting a hotel or airline co-branded card can be a very good idea because, again, it gives you things like free nights, free bags, better award pricing. I also recommend getting started that you play around with some award search tools. These give you the opportunity to put in your airport and where you want to go, and then it's going to give you some award information, like how many points it might cost to take a particular flight, or they also have a hotel part. Points is free. It's really most user friendly and has the best free features. So you do need to make an account, but you don't have to put in any credit card information. I do pay for the premium version, but honestly, you can do so much without it that you don't really need it. So just let's summarize. Are you a good candidate for points and miles? Paying your credit cards off on time. You have higher than average expenses to be able to meet the sign-up bonus amounts. And then especially if you have a big event or renovation in your near future, I implore you to really consider getting into points and miles because it can be so rewarding. Also, if you're willing to put in a bit of work to understand the system, and if you don't mind annual fees, even high ones, because those can unlock better rewards. All right, here's some resources. I post on LinkedIn most weekdays, and we'll start an email list soon. If you know me personally, I am happy to answer questions anytime. Just reach out. I really enjoy and get a lot of energy from helping you. And then Frequent Miler is a website and podcast. Point Talk with the Point Squad is great. Moms and Family Travel, the Thrifty Traveler podcast. I've recently discovered Point Me to First Class. It's extremely detailed information, but very good for more advanced people. And then Facebook groups can be hit or miss, so I think I would avoid those. All right. So here's our summarizing. It's a rewarding and fun hobby. Try to use referral links, get it organized from the start, do a minimum of things to get some value, and then scale up as needed, and have fun.